We're back in the shop. We got the car back from Lafayette Powder Coating and Fab. Charlie, quick turnaround. I think he did it the next day after it was dropped off. Thing looks great. There'll be a video on here clipped in of the car. Turned out amazing. Look him up.
Well, quick update. We got the car back from Powder Coat. Charlie at Lafayette Powder Coating really knocked this one out of the park. Let's see if I can get far enough away from it to get you a good picture. And that's after riding home in the rain and the snow today on the open trailer. Charlie did a great job. You can see the bumpers and T-bars and fuel cell mounts and all that stuff. He wrapped everything up where we could move it. But it's home. We'll get you some more videos. We start going together.
Thing we got in line, we got over here, we got the jigs empty. Getting ready to start our modified build for 2020. We got the rocket cars rolling, about ready for sheet metal, and we're going to get started on Jonathan's car also. Right now what we're going to do is we've got the front clip in, the Avco front clip for the modified. You see it comes in a box in pieces. So we'll get that opened up and see what it looks like, see how hard it is to work with, see if it's something a lot simpler than going out and getting an old clip out of the junkyard and sandblasting it, and cleaning it up, and fixing all the rust stuff on it. So here we go. So there it is, Avco. All brand new metal. I'm assuming they said it all bolts together. There, bolt across membrane. I think I got backwards. I'll figure that out in a minute. That all bolts in, and then we'll still have to weld all the seams up. It looks like. New metal, pretty clean stuff, so it should make for a good car. Okay, we kind of got the front main part put together. Show you how it kind of went together here. Some of the things you got to do, as you can see here, this clip in, what we'll have to do is we'll have to pull this frame together till it bottoms out there, and we'll tack it both sides. One here, to pull it together. C-clamp or whatever. You can see none of that's welded. All this stuff back here I've put together. The lower control arm pockets, 2 5/16 bolts pre-drilled, stuck them through and just put them in there. Pretty snug, locates it where it wants to be. They do have this through bolt here to hold the two sections together. 1 5/16 bolts in each side of the cross member to line it up. I don't know if you could tell, but there's a swedge out there, right here. The cross member comes against, back against. That lines the front cross member up. So you can see this thing's pretty sturdy already, just by putting those 2 bolts in. Ties the front end up, lines everything up. So we'll get this clip ready and see what it takes to put the side rails on. I'm not sure. We have to look up, see how much of the side rails we actually need. They did send us the full length. I'm not sure what the rules are. Guess for once I'm going to have to read the rule book, which is hard for me to do because I like bending the rules. But we'll see what how much frame rail we have to have and go from there. Okay, so we're trying to use our same jig because from the engine plate back we're going to be the same as our late model. What we had to do here was we're modifying our jig. This is where the late model frame rail sets. We had to get our snout height on this clip, cut it down to where we wanted it to set in, so it will sit right in tight on each side there. What we've did is pulled our measurement from the center of the axle tube here with the 15.5-inch bottom rod. We pulled our measurement from there, pulled our measurement from the center axle tube to get our wheelbase, what we want on the modified. You can see the modified's a lot wider. We'll still have our main frame rail, bottom frame rail, coming in just like a late model. We'll come right up here and we'll tie it right in level with this clip. You can see here we had to extend our jig out for the stock front clip on both sides. So we've kind of got it dummied up. Took me a little while. Clip went together good. Got it all tacked up. As I was telling you, I pulled it into these marks here, tacked it up, kind of sturdied it up a little bit. I haven't tacked the cross member yet. It's still just got the 1 bolt in it. So it's on its way. We still got to figure out engine location. We got the clip centered. As you can see the mark on the jig there, centered. Kind of put us in the same location. Probably it'll have the right front out a little bit with long right front. So we're on our way. Kind of frustrating. Modifieds are, especially building the first one with no jig or no fixture, just pulling a lot of measurements. This front pole on my jig is square with this back pole, so I can pull all my measurements from those tabs or those poles or from the center of the rear end. 4-link plates are also square. We have no lead built in the race car, so if you got 15.5-inch rod on the left rear and right rear, then you know your rear end's square. So everything's square. Motor will be square. Everything will be square with those 4 poles. Got our front clip in place. Our bottom frame rails are X. Back hoop. Rear tail section. This is 1 day's worth of work. So we're on our way. We've been struggling a little bit. These modifieds. Got to follow the rule book. Yeah, that's like a man reading directions. We don't like rule books. But anyways, we got to follow them. One of the big things we had to do was the rule. It's 13 inches from the ground, 6 inches from the ground, 7 inches from the bottom of the frame rail to the center of that hole, which puts our front clip at the angle they want it, so you can't raise the clip, lower the clip. That's the measurement they want. If they'd run a straight edge underneath, you have to be 7 inches. So we got that. We got our wheelbase set. So we'll get our motor location set. Pretty much on our way on a modified. First day's not too bad for not building one of these things since I don't know how long ago, 20 years or so. So it's coming on. So we're on our way on the modified. Some of the things we got going on this week, we got the auction at Indianapolis Fairgrounds. It's a one-day auction, trade show, event, the 25th. So we'll be going down there, see what they got. Just pretty much hang out, have some fun. Maybe do some recording down there. We'll get down there and see what's going on. We'll probably start getting some sheet metal in. We'll do some recording on sheet metal stuff too. How I go about putting interiors in and bodies on and that kind of stuff. So we'll continue on this modified this week, and we'll give you some update after we get more done on it, and we'll go from there. Don't forget to comment, like our page, subscribe to our page, pass the word, let us know what you think.